get rammed. Also, defend pole. So let's get into it. These were just some Redbull sprint races. Got 3 races for you guys. Starting off with the first race at Redbull Ring, qualified for pole in the Volkswagen Beetle Group 3 car. And off the bat, turn 1, brake a little too late, go deep, lock up the brakes. Luckily, oh, never mind, not luckily, still got the track limit penalty. As we go into turn 4 here, nearly getting taken out by Alejandro. Coming in a little hot, but my pace was a little slow on the exit, so Alejandro's going to be right on the bumper. Once again, he's looking for the chute on the outside, pretty aggressive, but we're going to lock it off, hold it down. But as we approach the penalty area, we might lose out since it's a half second. And Alejandro decides to drive right through us rather than around us. I really wish that Gran Turismo would switch the penalty system, have it drive through the pit, or just don't ghost us and force the people to drive around you. Nonetheless, as we go lap 2, we've fallen into P3, still in podium, keeping it close, as we are right on the bumper of fellow Canadian Jacob in the WRX STI. In the world of Subarus and Evos, go for Volkswagen. And as we went into turn 4 there, knocking on the door of Jacob, putting the pressure on. But we're going to be patient with the moves. They seem to have a little more pace right now. But we're keeping up. Looking good. A little hot there. Nearly rear-ending Jacob. Got ourselves a 1 second penalty there, breaching track limits as we passed Jacob, but seemed to have a little more pace still there, even though he served up a pen. He's moved back into P2 and we've caught ourselves another half second. So as we go into lap 3, got a second and a half to serve. A little bumpy on the apex of turn 1 there. Falling behind by a good half second. Alejandro a little deep in 4, but they're still holding pace. Looks like they're pulling away. Jacob looking to make moves into first. A little switcheroo. And Alejandro takes it right back. Bit of contact there between the two. Looking like a good battle up there. As we come up to the penalty zone, gonna serve up the second and a half. We're gonna go ahead and fall into P5 as we're looking to close out lap 3. fastest lap. As we go into lap 4, Jacobs bended on the exit of 1. Gave it too much sauce on the curbing and sent him into the wall. So we're going to move up to P4. Still looking to hunt down, get that podium back. Alright, looking good. Good turn 4. Trunks and the Evo in front of us. Looking a little skittish on the exit. Tidier now, but still a 10th off my personal best. Hoping one of these guys have a penalty to serve up. Doesn't seem like it. But, closing in on Trunks here. Right on the bumper as we go to the front straight into the final lap. Personal best 1:31.5. Going to turn 1, we're going to accidentally give a little bump and run. We're going to get served up with a 3-second penalty for that. To me, it wasn't much of contact. It wasn't like I intentionally took him out. It was a little accidental bump and run. Nonetheless, it seemed like Trunks bended on the exit there. Oh. So that gives us a big enough gap, hopefully, to hold down podium. As we look to hunt down Alejandro. So it doesn't seem like we're definitely not going to get pole back at this point, with his 3-second penalty on a final lap. Not happening. But here we go. Serve up our 3 seconds. Hopefully Trunks doesn't close in on us. Getting close, getting close. But we're gonna pull away. Not the cleanest way to get it, but that's racing, right? Little bump and run, never hurt nobody. Alright, on to race number 2. Qualified P2 this time. Behind Lucas, the Brazilian and the STI, and we got Alejandro, the Mexican, once again right behind us. Fellow Volkswagen Beetle driver. If only Volkswagen actually had a Group 3 car in real life, that would be nice. A little GT Volkswagen action. Even if they were to get into the TCR, at least in North America. You know, in Europe they're running the Mark 8 GTIs and the Mark 7s. Nonetheless, first lap, pretty big gap between first and I. Alejandro behind us, just about almost taking us out there in the apex, holding it down. Pretty entertaining race as I was defending P2 pretty much the whole time. Alejandro breathing down her neck. Looking to work together since we're both Volkswagen drivers. But you know how it goes in racing. At least he's given a little more space this time compared to the last race. And it looks like Alejandro served up a penalty. A little deep there, but still managed on the late apex. Tidy on the last turn, coming down the front straight. Lucas just pulling away. He's got the fast pace. I would say that was a pretty decent entry and exit on turn 1. Holding that pace. Decent gap between Alejandro and I. Perfectly executed, turn 4. And Alejandro right on our bumper once again. Now looking to make moves here. Get a little twitchy a bit going through there. So lose out and fall into P3 temporarily. Alejandro all over the place. Seems like he served up another penalty, breaching track limits. So we're gonna battle it up for P2 right now. Gonna get it right back. Front straight going into lap 3. Million sets the fastest lap, 1:31.3. About half a second off. Hopefully find some pace this lap as we go into turn 4. Alejandro knocking at the bumper there. Makes moves on the inside, coming out of 4. We got Million looking to make moves too, breathing down her neck. Defending P3 right now. Walk up there, but manages to still hit the apex. Get a little knock there from Million. Get a little flash. I'm not sure if he's not gonna give up my position that easy, because Alejandro serves up another penalty and falls into 4th place. Million into P3. If he's got more pace than me, would be making moves already. But I'm not gonna give up positions that he's gonna give us a late bump draft. That's gonna push us way out. That's a Jeff Gordon bump draft right there. Alejandro did the same thing last lap, but his was a little earlier. It's not nice getting bumped as you're about to hit the brakes. Million loses out. P3 to Alejandro there. Holding it down. P2. Right below where I started. And Lucas well ahead now. Probably a good 3 to 4 seconds ahead. As we close out lap 4. Going to the final lap. Looks like things are about to get heated. Lucas sets the fastest lap of 1:30.7, pretty quick. Second faster than us. Alright, turn 1, just about losing it. Almost lost it. Alejandro's got the pace on the exit, but I'm gonna stick on the inside. Millions right there too. Okay, here we go. We got the inside for 4. Perfect. Executed. Hold our ground. What happens there? Let's take a look back. Exterior view. Alright. We pegged the apex, held our line. And if I turned to the right at that moment, I probably would have spun out. That's usually what happens coming out of the exit there. I had nowhere else to really go. I think Alejandro should have let off slightly and moved it.
What the hell is wrong with you, boy? No.
Really? Really? On the fucking last lap too? Really? Come on, God. Ruined it for the both of us. We both would have had pole. Instead, he's gonna go off and finish P9, and I'm gonna fall to dead last. Yeah. That's not how you want your races to really go. But shit happens. What a wonderful race. Not. So as we go into race 3, this one, we have qualified P3 behind Desmond and Oz Marley in the Subarus. And once again, we got Alejandro, who qualified right behind us. Once again. Alright, turn 1. We got the pace. He moves into P2. Holding my line, and what's this donkey doing? Not paying attention to his mirrors. Looking to run us off the fucking road. So we're gonna fall back to P4 thanks to that. Alright, turn 4. Got the apex again. Little bump and grind with Alejandro, and what the fuck just happened? Let's take a look back at that. Alright, first incident. Getting run off the road here by Desmond. Getting bumped by Alejandro. Okay, hold my ground inside. Barely any contact with Alejandro actually, and boom! Oz Marley gasses it on the curbing and sends it right into me, so another race. Gonna finish that one last. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.